Unless sometimes I can see that late behind. Maybe it has to be darker. Slept on the floor last night. I just sleep on the floor. Because I had papers all over the bed. I'm trying to go through a big task that I started back in Massachusetts, separating my papers from my mother's papers, separating important from non-important, throwing shit away, ripping stuff out. I was sitting downstairs and watching, petting Omar. Found a massive tick feasting on my baby, gorging on him. Clearly had been doing it for a while. We've had some warm days, but last summer I wasn't even putting frontline on Omar. And I didn't have any ticks on him. I'm in a different area. For all I know, this area is just like known to be infested with ticks. Who knows? I don't remember ever having ticks in California. I was young. Fleas, but not ticks. In any case, Joe had gone to bed. I can't have Omar crying, but I need a life. So I had Omar here. Omar wasn't crying. But then he was. I had to get him, and how am I supposed to, if he's gonna cry and Joe's going to bed really earlier than usual, I pretty much can't get the papers off the bed. And I was all upset over the fucking tick. So I'm laying on the floor with Omar and find another tick, a small one. They had him gorging for as long as they gorge, they get fatter and fatter with the blood. So I spent all night all agitated and getting ticks off Omar. Never in his life had there been two, ever, never in the 14 years I've had him did I have to deal with two ticks. Then I'm all paranoid and I have to put stuff on him. I put apple cider vinegar on him, and I wasn't going to go back downstairs. Remember, this is when I slept on the floor. So I was too emotionally exhausted. Joe and I are not getting along. See, if let's say he said something or whatever, I'm like, you know what, Joe, I was up all night, and I didn't get up till 11:30. I slept fitfully on. It's hard to get comfortable on the floor. I was too tired to move all the papers. Too tired. If it were my home, I would have pushed them all on the ground. But I wasn't going to do that. Anyhow, I was too tired to, I planned to move all the papers. I'd also not planned to spend a long time getting ticks off of Omar and being all upset, and let's just say for argument's sake, because Joe and I are not talking. I did tell him I was going for a walk yesterday and taking the keys. Last time I didn't take the keys, he accidentally locked me out. And then I'm joking around with him, and he left me out, and And he gets all like in it, you know, and like, I'm not serious, and I didn't do it on purpose. My God. We'll come back to that. Omar, I had to search his body. I was all upset. Big bloody things on him. I have to check him. Remember, I found in Massachusetts found a tick on Omar gorging away when I'd given him Frontline. The tick was gorging right where I just to spit in my face, gorging right where I put the Frontline. So they become immune to Frontline. It's not a guarantee. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. Is he that upset over ticks? No, I'm upset because Joe and I are not getting. And in Joe's eyes, it's all my fault. I can't deal with that. I don't care. Even if you are a roommate, a friend, whatever, even if it's more so, leans more towards the other person's fault. It doesn't mean it's 100% ever. You know what I mean? If you're going to use such a harsh, strong word as insane, calling me insane, then I have a right to defend myself. Even if I apologize for behaving insanely, it didn't just come out of nowhere. He doesn't want to hear it. He wants me to just grovel at his feet. I'm sorry, I'm insane, and for no reason whatsoever. That's what he wants me to do. He won't let me have my say. He won't acknowledge that I have reasons for behaving the way I do, even if he perceives them as being insane, and even if I acknowledge that they're wrong and apologize, there are always reasons. And if you're not even willing to hear my reasons, then we don't have a friendship. And I go through things with Omar that I don't tell him every little thing. And I had every right, but he doesn't think so. To be mad at him when he decides to talk to me, like my mom used to do, through my closed bedroom door when I'm still asleep and have earplugs in. And his excuse, I was worried about you, doesn't hold water. He thinks it does. He thinks that that's just me being pissy. So he's not even willing to see my side on anything. On nothing. But he can throw around words like I'm insane. It's just like Omar having ticks gorging him. Joe doesn't know that. And if I happen to say it to him out of whatever, he'd be like, well, I didn't know. Yeah, bingo, you didn't know. Just like you have no idea. Nobody does. If you have a roommate, you have no idea in the universe what they have gone through overnight while you're asleep. And you have no right to wake them up ever. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't care. You don't wake anyone up. Because you're worried that is putting your feelings ahead of that person's right to not be disturbed. Because you don't want to feel worried. He thinks I should be happy that he was worried about me. I worry about everybody and everything, you know? I worry about the things my mom does. You can't put your feelings in and wake someone up because you're worried about them. He wasn't sorry for that. How I know he wasn't sorry is because when we are arguing, or actually I did something that upset him. I assumed something that wasn't true. But I didn't assume it for no reason. And I'm sorry I'm that way. God, before the pandemic, you were talking about me and my mom and you living together. You and I can't even get along. How would you get along with the two of us? You know, won't happen. Never happen. My mom's doing really good. She misses me and Omar, but she's doing good. Says she's doing good. But if he says something, I had a bad night and Omar had ticks on him, and then if you say, well, I didn't know that, bingo, you didn't know. You don't know what I go through on any given night after you've gone to bed. A closed bedroom door when someone has slept for the night is not the same as falling asleep on the couch. That being said, I will never, 99.9% of the time when he's on the couch, and I'm not sure if he's asleep, I don't disturb him. Okay? But I never know if he's really asleep or not. I thought he was asleep and I could take the remote and do something with it, and then he wasn't really asleep. He was half asleep, and so I don't know. It's not the same as my closed bedroom door. For no reason whatsoever, unless there was a flood in the house, unless there was something, would I wake Joe up even if his light was on, closed bedroom door is your sanctuary, even if his light was on, I would not knock on the door unless it was an emergency. But when he's asleep on the couch, that's something entirely different, because sometimes he's half asleep, sometimes I don't know. And I have no idea why I woke him up the other night. It had to have been something I thought was important, but now that I'll never do it again. He's comparing that to knocking on my bedroom door. And then I think he's actually sorry, and he's not, because he brings it up. And I told you why I did that. I don't care if you're worried about anybody. You don't knock on their door and wake them up. You don't do it because you're worried. It's bullshit. That's irrational bullshit, and I would expect better from somebody as brilliant as Joe. But it's proof that he wants me to acknowledge I'm insane. He wants me to see his side in everything, but he's not even willing to listen to mine. Not even willing to listen to it. Just dismisses me, negates him. That's what he does. You're going to throw around a word like insane, then you owe me the right to say where I'm coming from. And the fact is, there are things I'm going to behave or assume simply because of the dynamics, where yet again, just like with Donald and Hope, although Joe's my friend, but still, 4 days after I was here, he was fucking throwing me out. So I am under his good graces. So that's always going to reflect how I behave. That's reality. He doesn't know that reality. He doesn't even try to come from my perspective. The same with Omar. He's never had a pet. He's never had something totally dependent upon him. He said I was pissy over the weekend when I was in a good mood. I thanked him profusely for that old 5-year-old hoodie that he gave me. I thank him for everything, every little thing he does. I thank him for, even if it's for both of us. I thank him. He made pumpkin bread. He ate most of it, but I thanked him for making the pumpkin bread. I bought him a baseball shirt. He didn't thank me. That hurts, but But he didn't thank me. And I didn't tell him he didn't thank me. But he sulks when I didn't behave. He feels he's like, I feel sorry for myself, so I'm gonna get food. It was like the second or third night he can get food any night he wants. He can order out. He has plenty of money. It's not my business. And later he's like, you really hurt my feelings because you didn't react, because I didn't react the way he expected me to react. When he's saying he feels sorry for himself, he's going to get food. Yeah, good, go do it. What do you want me to say? That's great. Do it. You can do it every night. You're in fantastic shape. But he thinks he has a right to tell me what to eat. I don't care. I'm living here under his good graces. He can throw me out whenever he wants. But in any time that's the situation, the three basic rights anybody has, they have the right to come and go as they please. They have the right as an adult. I don't care, and I have the right to eat what I want, come and go as I please, and go to bed as late as I want and sleep as late as I want without being disturbed. Period. Those are my basic rights as an adult. Even if I am living in someone's home under their good graces and they can throw me out at a moment's fucking notice.